Hello everybody, and you can tell what it is, and you've already read it. It is the next Star Wars. What if Deku was a Jedi? What if? So, I'm on a kind of caffeine high kind of thing right now. I've got a caffeine headache, so if I don't get everything right, I'm sorry. So, where we last left off was with the internships, and also Deku is coming back from that whole Dekuverse thing. So after from it all, I would say he's going to, for the internships, he's looking for someone who is also like a Jedi. And he finds someone, and it is a type of, hero who's not well known. He's known as the Hermit. And reason being is he's kind of like a scholar among the Jedi. And how that's going to work is this. So Deku, he is going to show up with his temple guard garbs on, and I'm going to say that the guy is not going to be that, like, he's not going to be mad, or he's not going to be, like, really pleased, really. He's just going to be, he just looks at Deku and kind of be like, what exactly do you know of what you're wearing? Like, he kind of, like, wants to learn from Deku on what he knows, and well, they exchange information a lot, and they talk for, like, most of the internships, really. And Deku learns a few Jedi techniques that he didn't know before, and kind of compares information with this Jedi. And this Jedi is I would say it's a green Force user, which means he's more Force sensitive than the others. And I'm going to say that he meditates a lot. He's basically the Yoda of this story. And he is he's an interesting person, really, because of one reason. He actually has a few kyber crystals that are the last of its kind, really. And what is going to happen here is this. Seeing how this man's got a few kyber crystals, he wants to give Deku a shot at trying to find one that is kind of useful to him. And I would say that he has ownership of a long-lost Jedi temple, which does hold at least like a few kyber crystals left. And for the internship, he kind of goes there to meditate. And I'm going to say that the whole stain thing, it's not going to exactly happen the way you think it's going to happen. So how it happens is this. Deku, he's going to meditate at the Jedi Temple, and he's going to learn a lot. He's going to meet his dad, who is a Force ghost, and quickly he is able to be dubbed a knight instead of a temple guard. And he learns more about the temple guards and what they were doing, and his father explains how he is now a knight, and he serves the old republic, and he is now, how he's worthy of the title. And what he kind of is going to look like now is, well, he kind of gets dubbed like this, kind of like with these temple kind of guards and all that, kind of the same scene. And he's going to have a somewhat similar outfit. It's going to still have the lightsaber there that you have there, kind of. I would say it's more like, it's like a same lightsaber kind of designed thing, but it's going to have one thing different. He can break them apart and dual wield. So there's that, which is actually really handy. And what is also interesting is that his lightsaber is going to be both green and blue, which is kind of interesting because the kyber crystals that he got were 2 kyber crystals, and they were kind of like both with him. For one, he's very Force sensitive, and 2, he's also great with the whole martial arts. And after on the train ride back, he is able to quickly make his lightsabers, and seeing how he's just made them, he kind of wants to try them out later in a spar with this this Grand Master Jedi that he's pretty much found in the hero rankings. And I'm going to say that it's in the same city that the whole thing happens. And I would say that Deku, when the whole train ride, I would say it's like a still train ride with Gran Torino in the train or whatever there, just chilling out, really. because he's got groceries or whatever. I don't know. And I'm gonna say that when that attack happens, Deku immediately explains that what the hell did I say? Immediately explains that he is going to go look for someone who might be in danger, and his grandmaster, goes with him. And they go with him, they see the Nomus, and they kind of just push them into the fire and kind of like push them with the force sensitivity, and they kind of like knock them back a little bit. Deku, however, is able to kind of like use a car to kind of like ram into it and bash it into the freaking walls and all that, and kind of just injure it really badly. And they kind of go over towards where Ida is because they can sense a bloodlust, they can sense a disturbance in the force. And what basically happens next is simple. Deku, he goes over to where Ida is, and when they find Stain, I would say Stain is like a, he's kind of like a, he's not a Sith or Jedi, he is Force sensitive though, but that's about it. And what happens is this. Deku, they basically fight Stain using their lightsabers, and Deku quickly cuts off Stain's swords and knives and pretty much just destroys them all. And when he throws this one knife, Deku kind of like uses the force to stop it midair, turn it around and throw it right into his leg, stopping him from doing anything. And they kind of get close to him, kind of like this kind of thing, like that kind of stance, getting closer and closer, preventing him from actually, doing anything. And Deku's leading the charge. Well, actually, not the Grandmaster's leading the charge, like in the middle, and Deku's on the kind of like the guys on the left and right. And yeah, so what ends up happening there is this: Deku and his Grandmaster take down the villains, and Deku and the Grandmaster, they kind of the Grandmaster kind of teaches Deku right there on the front how to use force energy to heal people. And it's not really the best kind of healing, but it's still healing. Like, it doesn't heal, like, recover limbs or like stuff like that, and organs really, but it's able to help him heal up from burns and scratches pretty well. And I'm gonna say that they kind of use that on on Ida and the hero that got taken down. And I'm gonna say that this Grandmaster Jedi is third place in the heroes ranking, because why not? And also, seeing how they've subdued Stain, they've kind of taken the credit equally, because there is no no way that one guy can just take it all, because it was a teamwork effort. And I'm gonna say that they do talk, like after this, they do talk about how what Deku experienced, and also about how like to use the Force in better ways. One of which was Jedi mind tricks, which is awesome if you ask me. And what happens here is this: Deku, he's able to use Jedi mind tricks pretty well, like really well. And also, I would say that the teacher, the Grandmaster, is amazed that Deku can see, even though he's blind, and to such a degree, because he's able to just like hear and just smell and just know where the Grandmaster is when they spar in every direction, preventing him from actually moving at all, which, if you ask me, is kind of impressive, and just holding back the Grandmaster, which is kind of just amazing on its own, just because he may be blocking, but it's putting them both at a stalemate. And that's just something else right there. Now, for what's going to happen with when they all come back, is Deku, when they're looking for, All Might, that little exam, Deku, he uses the Force sense to kind of like know where All Might is, and quickly get over there very fast and agile, using the force to kind of like push him forward. Kind of a few tricks that the Grandmaster taught him. And there's a few other tricks, but we'll get to them in a minute. But yeah, he learns how to just push himself forward and get there faster. Now, for what happens next is simple. Deku, for the next part, is doing something amazing. And what that is he pretty much, he kind of passes the tape guy really quickly, and everybody else really quickly too much. And I'm going to say that this is kind of where they did the, if I remember correctly, this is, I think, right around here is when they did the teachers versus students, or they did the camp thing. I think it was teachers versus students now. If not, we'll just cover that in the next episode, but hey, the next part. Why did I say episode part? I guess it's an episode, really. But yeah, so we'll cover that in the next part. Have a good day and a good night. I know it's short, but hey, I have to make it these short. So yeah, next is the Deku-verse. I suggest all of you watch that because there's going to be some things that go down that are very big, and I think a lot of you are going to want to know what those are. It's going to be broken down in a few parts, and also a big reveal for the evil Deku that they're all going to be fighting because it's got to be an evil Deku. But yeah, you're all going to... If you've seen Batman Brave and the Bold, you'll know who this is, who I'm basing it off of. I might do a Deku before the Deku-verse, so that makes it the Man-Bat Deku has a fighting chance, well, a fight at least. So yeah, have a good day and a good night. Peace out.